and welcome to Wow Crochet Designs. My name is Mary, and in today's tutorial we are working on the gorgeous seed stitch swatch number 24 for our swatch blanket of 2021. Get too excited, guys. Our regulars would know why, because we are actually producing 25 swatches this year to put them together to make a swatch blanket of 2021 for Wow Crochet Designs. So get excited. If you are joining us new, welcome firstly. Secondly, you have not missed out. Complete this swatch with us here today and then head on down to the description box down below. I will leave a playlist of all of our swatches. You click on that playlist, start from swatch 1 and work your way up to this swatch right here, the seed stitch. Get excited. Now, the yarn I use today is the same yarn we've been using all along. It is the Spot Saver Yarn USA style. We get this here in our Spotlight store in Melbourne, Australia, and possibly all over Australia. If you are not in Australia, it doesn't matter. All you need is a 10 ply or an Aran weight yarn or a number 4. Okay, so that's all you will need, and I used 30 grams of this. Okay, so I didn't use a whole skein. The skein itself is 200 grams. This color is just plain grey. Okay, the hook size called for is a 5mm hook, and guess what, guys, we are using the 5mm hook, and we have been using that all along. You will need your scissors, you will need 2 stitch markers, you will need that, you'll need that sewing needle, but just for 2 threads, which is great. And you will need your, if I can get it up here, your measuring tape. Now, for those of you who don't know this, our swatches have been measuring between 20 centimeters, a little bit over and a little bit under, it doesn't matter, or 8 inches. All right, so that is the size that we are going for. All right, I'm not going to talk anymore. Like all my tutorials, they go a long time. This one's not too bad, but I'm just going to let you get started making your gorgeous seed swatch number 24. Good luck, guys. Alrighty, guys, we're going to make a quick slip knot, grabbing the tail end of your yarn, wrap it around your finger once and twice, holding it there and holding it down there. Yes, pass the back loop halfway over your finger, hold it, pass the other loop all the way over your finger, pop your hook in that loop, and then just give it a tug, and there you go. All right, now we are going to chain 28 chains. Now a chain is, all you're doing is popping your yarn over your hook and pulling it through to the loop you are in, or the loop on your hook. That's 1. Yeah, then you're going to do it again. Yarn over your hook, pull it through, 2, yarn over, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so you're chaining up like this until you get 28 chains. All right, so off we go. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. All right, now let's get a nice close-up. Okay, all right, we're going to skip 3 chains. I'm going to put a single crochet into your 4th. All right, and your chains are these loops you see right here and there. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. You are popping a single crochet in that top loop. Pop your hook in, pull a loop through, and you have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2. That is your single crochet. Just pull up a loop for a minute. I just wanted to show you something, and I pulled my chain really tight before. Hopefully you didn't do that. That's the stitch that we just made, the single crochet. Right next to it is the other stitches, your chains. You're going to pop your stitch marker in between the 2 loops on top and 1 on the bottom. And that is your very first stitch that you made. Even though this was the first, that chain will be classified as the last stitch when you turn around again. All right, don't worry about that for now. Let's worry about that at the end of the row. Okay, now you've done a single crochet Your next stitch, and these are the loops you're working in right here, you're going to do a double crochet right in that stitch there. You are here, and you're just going to go into your very next with a double crochet. And a double crochet is, I'll bring it out a little bit, is your yarn over your hook, yes, and it goes right into that stitch there. Pop your hook in that loop, pull a loop through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. Now you did 1 single, 1 double, and guess what? That's it. Single, double, single, double, single, double, all the way across your row. Okay, so your next stitch is a single. Right in that very next loop you see, pop your hook in, pull a loop through, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2. Do a double crochet in your next. Yarn over, in that loop, pull a loop through, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. Single. All right. Double. Yes, let's bring that out a little bit. And there you go. Single in your next. And double in your next. Single. Double. Single. Double. Single. Double. Single. Double. Now if you played your cards right, you'll end up with a double at the end of the row. Single. Double. Single. Double. Single. Double. Almost there. Single, that's your second last stitch. I should get a nice close-up of this part, like so. And your last stitch is right in there. You can see that last loop. Pop your hook in, pull a loop through, 3 loops, yarn over, 2, yarn over, 2. All right, what you have now is that. It's a little bit of a bubbled look, which is absolutely normal, all right? On the end of each of these sides, you should have double crochets. This is classified as a double crochet in this round, okay? The chains here. This is a double crochet, yeah? And then you have your singles, and then double, single, single, double, all the way through, okay? Now, you're going to do the next row is the second repeat row. It's actually the first repeat row, but you're doing a row like this, and your next row, you're doing the opposite. So here you've got a double. In this stitch, you need to put a single. But for now, we're going to chain 1, and we're going to turn our work. You can turn it any way you like you're turning the page in a book, or you can go the other way. It doesn't matter. I just turn the page in a book, and I'm on the opposite side now. All right. So in this stitch right here, you can see the gap. You're going to pop a single crochet because that's a double from your previous round. So you're going to pop a single in there. 1. And then in your very next stitch, that's these little V's that you see here. Yeah, that's a single in your previous round. So you're going to pop a double on top of that. So you do a normal double crochet. All right. Oh, wait a minute, let's go back. I forgot to put a stitch marker in, guys, sorry. Let's pop that stitch marker-rooney in there. I'm sorry, I'm making up my own words there. Sorry, guys. So pop your stitch marker in your single crochet. All right, like so. Grabbing your hook and doing that double again. I don't even know why I took the double undone. Sorry about that. Okay, now your next stitch is a double crochet in the previous round. So you're going to pop a single on that stitch, and you can see it. It's the little V looking thing there, and it's got like a space, and that's where you put your hook. Yeah. And in that very little single crochet you see right there, you're popping a double. So double in the stitch, 2 loops on top and a little stitch down the bottom there, finishing off your double. And that's a big double from before, the previous round, so you're popping a single in there. All right, it's very basic, this pattern, very, very basic. And you are doing a double in your next, single in your next, double. I'm going to see if I can go a little bit faster now just to get to the end of the row for you. And double, single. So let's all just get to the end of that row. I'm not going to pop it on fast. I usually do this, but I'm not going to today because we're almost there. So just keep it going. Single, double. Let's move that out the way. Very distracting, isn't it? A single, double, single. Remember, you're putting your singles in your doubles from the previous round and your doubles in your singles from the previous round. I found the only time I got tricky is when I accidentally added a chain. Don't do that. I've done that in the past and it gets all tricky on me. All right, we are nearing the end of the row. Okay, so what you have here is these chains, which actually acts as double crochet. You have a single crochet right next to it there. You're going to pop your double crochet in that single crochet, like so. Oh, that's not double. Try that. And then your single, I did split a stitch, so I'm going to take my stitch marker out, in your stitch marker stitch. Hopefully you didn't split a stitch like I did. It's a little tricky, that first stitch. So pop your single in there like so. Check it out. Is it not divine? I love, 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 love. But you know what? Let's not talk. Let's continue, yeah? Because that row that we just did, just so that you know, is your very first repeat row, okay? Now we're going to do a second repeat row, and that is chaining 3. 1, 2, and 3. Grab your stitch marker and pop it in your stitch right there. Try not to split it like I do all the time. Love that. All right, now turn your work like you would normally turn it, and I'll turn mine like a book. All right, then remembering in our previous round, that's a double crochet from our previous round, yep? We are already in this stitch with our chain, so we're not going to do, I'm not even in frame, sorry guys. We are already in this stitch with our chains. That's your double crochet from the previous round, all right? So don't touch the stitch. Do your single crochet on the top of your double crochet from the previous round, okay? Pop your hook in, pull a loop through, yarn over, pull through 2, okay? Yarn over, there's a tiny little single crochet from the previous round. Right there, you can see the little V. You're going to pop your hook in that stitch there with a double crochet. All right, single on top of your double and double on top of your single. That is pretty much the actual gist of this row. And in fact, it's the same in every row, except you are starting them differently. All right, single, double, all the way across. I'm going to pop this on fast until we get to the last 2 stitches, and then we'll have a quick chat. And a single in the second. Oh, you know what? Let's get a nice close-up of this for you. Okay, we're at the end of the row. I've got 2 stitches left, one there and the stitch marker stitch that we are in. That one right there is a double in the previous row, so I'm going to pop my single in there. Oh, that's too close. Sorry, guys. And the next one is a single in the previous row, so I'm going to pop a double in there. Like so, right in a stitch with a stitch marker in it. And that, my dears, is that. It really is as simple as that. All right, so the rows are 2 rows. They're both different rows, right? But inside the row, they're all the same. It's single, double, all the way through, I love this stitch. It's a stitch that you can actually, once you get really, the hang of it, you can sit in front of the TV and do it, okay? So your very next row will be a chain 1 and a single crochet in your first stitch, and then you'll do your double single all the way across. Get to your last stitch, you'll do a single crochet in there. Then you'll chain 3, pop your stitch marker in there, turn your work, turn it like you're turning the page in a book, and then you're doing your single double all the way across, and at the end of that row you're putting your double. Remember, when you're doing your chain 3, you're not working your single crochet in the same stitch, you're working it in the next stitch. That's all you need to remember with that part, but the rest is pretty much exactly the same. All right, let's grab our measuring tape real fast. Now you're going to find that this part of your piece is going to be out of whack. It might be 21 stitches, 9 inches, whatever. I don't remember now because I can't remember what I did. Well, it's actually a little bit bigger than 20 stitches. I'm sorry, let's try 20 centimeters and 8 inches. It's a tiny little bit bigger, but it does close up a little bit, okay? If for you it's a little smaller like there, 19, you have to take this undone and add another 2 chains or another chain, okay? It doesn't matter what you end up with at the end of your row, just remember how to start it in the next round. You don't have to have your doubles at the end of each row or your singles, it just makes it easy to remember, okay? But if you find that that's too small and you need to add an extra stitch, you could end up with a different stitch at the end of your row. Okay, so don't stress too much about it. It's no right or wrong way of doing this stitch, but the reason I have them even on both sides is just to remind me that that's the end of that row. Okay, so each row is different. Now the other way is you need to make 20 centimeters or 8 inches of your rows, okay? So you need to repeat the last 2 rows until you get to your 20 centimeters or 8 inches. Now I'm going to do 18 rows, okay? So if you want to go ahead and do between 17 and 19 rows roughly, you can decide when you are doing yours. When you get to the end, we will talk about measurement there, okay? So in the meantime, just head off on your own. Repeat these 2 rows over and over again until you get to the end of your work, which is another 18 more rows, and I will meet you there at the end, okay? Head off now and do your 18 rows and I'll meet you there once you're done. Alrighty guys, here we are at the end of our piece. Now I think I did 18 rows. I honestly can't remember if it was 17 or 18, but it doesn't really matter so long as it measures up. Now let's grab our measuring tape. From there to there, it needs to measure roughly 20 centimeters or 8 inches. Let me give you a close-up. It's kind of, I'll show you closely. It's between there and there. Okay, so it's not exactly 20. 20 is there and it's a little bit over. And it's just under 8, all right, in width. In length, well, it'll be pretty much the same, I think. Pretty much, oh, not bad. The length is actually exactly, let's get a close-up. It's exactly 20 centimeters and just under 8 inches. All right, so that's okay. Don't stress too much by a couple of millimeters. If it's a full centimeter out, you need to do more. If it's a full centimetre over, you need to take your row undone, all right? So just, keep an eye on how close you get it to 20 centimetres or 8 inches, all right? But I ended up with a row where my last stitch is a double crochet, and in we go. Finish it off like so, taking out the stitch marker, and there you go. And what are we going to do here? What we've been doing all along, pull a loop through, give your work a cut. Get too excited, you have now finished swatch number 24. Okay, let's weave in one end real quickly, and as we're doing it, just to let you know, guys, don't forget to join us on Wednesdays at 4 p.m. and Saturday mornings 10 a.m. Melbourne, Australia time, that is. We have our lives, and in our lives you get to be a part of what you see right here. You get to be able to choose colour combinations of what projects we're making. You also get that opportunity to choose projects, and that has happened quite often in the past. But in the meantime, let's weave in this tiny itty bitty little end. Oh my gosh, we are at the end of our 24th swatch. I'm so excited. Now, okay, where do you want to pop your end? Anywhere you like. I'm going to pop it at the back. Now, the back is, we ended up right here, and we actually started, if you look carefully, the stitches are based this way. If you look at the back, it's kind of bubbly, right? This is kind of flat and looks nice. So we started here and we ended off here. So we are going to assume that this is our right side. So turn your little piece over. Okay, and it doesn't really matter because you went up and down, so it doesn't matter which way is your right or wrong. Now you can pop your thread anywhere you like. Now I find it easier to just, I don't know really, this is a bit awkward, this stitch, because of the way it's worked. I'm just going to pop it back into the side of that stitch right there, and just, it's right there in the side of the stitch if you can see it. I'm sorry, I'm not even in frame. There we go. I'm looking over the camera lens. Hello, duffer. All right, here we go. There you go. So it's kind of hidden, it's a little tiny bit noticeable. Don't stress too much. We are going to be crocheting over that area anyways when we pop a joining row, because we're going to join all our swatches in about a week or so time. Too excited. Get excited, guys. Okay, so I'm so excited. Look, I am shaking, really I am. We're going to weave in right in the back of the stitches, trying to make sure you don't see your needle in the front, and you can't see the needle, which is good. And all you need to do is pull that thread right through, like so. And then you just find a little bit more. You could go back up again, but I'm a little bit fiddly and fussy and all the rest of it, finicky, and all the other words you want to think about. I'm going to go down a little bit more, pull that thread through like so, and back up the other way. Oh, this is just so exciting, guys. Yours truly is, I'm just like beside myself. This is a year in the making, guys. We've been producing this blanket, or making this blanket, for a whole year. Well, no, not really, because we didn't start it in January, but we did start it. It's a year in the making. It is. That was the end of that weaving, by the way. I am going to cut my little thread here, being careful not to cut your work. Give it a gentle tug and it hides in the stitches, and we're going to crochet over that anyways, so don't stress too much about it. Don't forget to weave in that final end. Guys, thank you so much for watching. This was swatch number 24 of our swatch blanket of 2021. We have one more swatch left. I will announce what that swatch is on Saturday's live coming. I don't even know the date of that. This Saturday coming, okay? So I will announce the next swatch. I hope you like that last stitch. It's a stitch that I've been wanting to make on the channel for a very long time. And I'm not going to talk about it anymore. You'll just have to wait till Saturday to find out. All right, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and do all the wonderful things that you guys pretty much already do for me. This is swatch number 24, the seed stitch. I've been Mary. This is Wow Crochet, and ciao for now.